Hey,
Guys,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Are you in Canada right now?
Yes, sir.
Is that your room? Are you at home?
Yep, I've done so many interviews in this room. I'm so sick of it. My bed's right there.
We're excited to talk to you. First off, you broke me first. Is just smashing every kind of goal that you've probably had and then some.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny how your whole career started, and we always talk about so you can think you can dance and all that, but you really weren't aiming to be really a artist, right? You were trying to go a different way.
Yeah, I definitely thought I was going to be a professional dancer when I grew up. I had no idea how to get into the music industry. Like obviously like when I was younger, I dreamt of being a pop star. I mean, every little kid does. But I just never really knew how to get there. So I honestly thought I was going to grow up and be a backup dancer, professional dancer. I didn't know.
And you started dancing because your mom is a dancer and she was your dance teacher? Was she your teacher?
Yeah, she owned a company, so she taught me since I was 8 or 9.
Wow. And then you started doing videos on YouTube and then people were like, "Hey, that's a good song." And all of a sudden,
Yeah, it was weird because I wrote this one song that was an accident. I had like this YouTube channel for dance. And then I wrote this song in like 20 minutes because one of my files like got corrupted or whatever. So I had to think of something on the spot to post. So I wrote this song, literally just posted, didn't even have a title. It was like I wrote a song, whatever, didn't think it would do anything. And then we literally just like watched it go viral overnight and it was crazy.
that's so wild. I
You
mean,
know
you
what
just like fell into this mega fame. How cool is that?
it was it's been gradual though. Like it's been since I was 13, like it's been like really gradual, except for this pandemic has been a little crazy.
I saw you're actually going to be touring in the UK in September.
Yeah.
Are you
You're
excited? Like you're really just ready to go and do this. How exciting is that?
It's so exciting. I mean, it's been like the weirdest feeling ever because my song is like blown up while I'm in my house. So I've gotten like some of these insane opportunities that I've done, but like half-assed. Like it's like I'm not really there.
Yeah.
But I'm doing them. So I'm like I've missed out on so much in-person connection that I'm really looking forward to, especially performing.
But don't you think though that in some ways I feel like the pandemic may have sort of saved you from getting too big too fast? Because I worry about young people who maybe get it too quickly like that. Because I think about like Justin Bieber in his song Lonely, talking about when he was a kid, people saw him making mistakes, but they didn't intervene and they didn't do anything. And I
So
think, wow, getting famous like that and doing all that stuff, it can get pretty exhausting. Do you feel like it was kind of a blessing in disguise, or are you just like, nah, I don't know about that?
totally. I mean, there's been a lot of pros and cons. It's been great because I can be with my family and I can be like hella grounded, like the most
Right.
grounded. um, but I'm ready to leave because I also like in your room by yourself. Like I'm also going a bit crazy because I have no inspiration anymore. I'm like I need someone to talk about in my songs.
Well, listen, you've got a hit song. Get a bigger TV. I mean, listen, you've got a great. Just get a big TV now. I mean, come on.
I can barely see it. My vision is not great, so I'm like,
Speaking of inspiration, you broke me first. Okay, so that song is full of so much emotion and heartbreaking. We listen to it and we're like, oh, I know what she's talking about. Oh, it's the worst. But you've never been in a relationship. So I'm like, how do you know this brutal feeling of someone just crushing you and you've never felt that from a romantic partner? When do
um,
you do that, girl?
So it's really interesting. I mean, as a 17-year-old, I like haven't got my heart broken, but there's these thing called like things that you'll thing with a dude for like a while, and those hurt really bad. Like those are not fun. Um, because it's like you're almost in a relationship, but you're not. So it's like a lot of like guessing, and then also I'll talk about like 6 different people at once. So that song, as I was writing it, I picture like different scenarios and different people like at each point in the song. So it's not written about like one person in particular.
Now, let
Do
me
you
tell
think
you.
they know? Sorry. Do you think they know?
No, because it's about like 6 people and random. So I'm like, I don't think they'd all guess.
Has one of those 6 things come back to you and said, "Hey, so what are you doing?"
Well, no. I
Uh,
mean, one time, like on my YouTube channel, like someone's been like, "This song is about me." Do not assume anything. um,
I wondered about the song Fake Friends. Did you have any friends say, is that song about me? I can't believe you wrote that or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I had a lot of friends who reached out about that one.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that. I mean, I'm sure it crosses your mind.
No, totally. Yeah. Especially because like the title's a little obvious. Oh my
Yeah.
So when you are sitting down to write a song, I like talking to artists about this. We talked with Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums about his process and how he writes. Do you come up with the melody first? Do you come up with the lyrics first? How do you go about that process?
So usually I will like take my voice memos and I'll start recording and I'll have like someone playing a loop of a guitar, piano or something, and I'll scroll through Pinterest, like through photos. So visually I have like I'll like see stuff. I need to like be seeing things. So I'll scroll through photos and I'll just like freestyle harmonies and melodies. And then usually some sort of gibberish is a concept of some sort and you'll like find it in the song, in the melodies. So
I have never heard anyone say they write with Pinterest. Never once have I.
No, it's I'm like such a visual person. I need to be looking at things at all times. Like sometimes when I'm doing interviews, I'll like look it through photos because I just need like some sort of inspiration in some sense.
Yeah.
I get it. I get that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I've got a Pinterest board that's just like pretty things I like to look at. It's not there for anything, just for me to look at it. I don't know.
Yeah, I save a ton of recipes and never cook any of them. So I mean, it's really.
I have one that says stuff I want to make, but I know I never will.
You know, we started a new thing on the air. It was with we work with Channel 5 Eyewitness News here. We have a news station at our disposal, and we started something called Ankaroki.
Ankaroki.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
first one we did, we have a news anchor come in and they read lyrics to a song, and they read it in their weirdest news voice ever. And the one we couldn't get was yours. Like he kept doing it. And he's like, "You broke me first. You broke me first." And I'm like, he said the lyrics, and I'm going, I don't know.
Like,
that's it. It's weird. It trips you out. It's like when you read lyrics on a screen, there's no melody to it. I'm awful at that game too.
And then he did a lot of that. I can't remember what it was, but like ooh and ease, he does that stuff too. So we're like, it's weird to hear an anchor say ooh, e. I. You know, so you're like, okay, this is odd.
Oh, God.
It'd be a fun game to play with you. I wish he was around because that would be fun.
Yeah, I know.
That would be fun.
Can we talk about your video that you did while you were in lockdown? Because that's pretty cool. I don't know if you heard about this, Hutch, but the video for You Broke Me First, it was just after they said, okay, everybody go home. You were going to make the video. And they said, well, use your phone and make one real quick. That's the record company said. So You're like, okay, here's my friend and me. Let's do it. It's a pretty good video. You did a great job.
Honestly, I was really stressed because they literally said to me like, do you need any cameras? How are you going to film this? I'm like, honestly, guys, I have no idea. Just let me go and do my thing. So me and my friend like drove up to this rooftop. I don't even know if we were allowed to be up there, but it was like the top of like this really curvy, like you're not supposed to be up there with the car. And literally we were like driving backwards. I taped it, stacked it with like a tissue box, taped it to the front of my mom's car, and use it on Video Star, which is the thing I used to make music videos with when I was like 7. And we did the whole thing in like 3 takes, and then I went home and sent it to them and I said, you got to work with this. This is all I got.
It turned out great. It really did.
Thanks.
Sometimes you don't have to be that complicated, really. Just keep it simple and it works out great.
Seriously.
You know what's funny, Stace? I just found the Ankaroki with Paul.
You did? Oh gosh, play it.
Do you want to hear it, Tate?
It's so funny.
Okay, so I don't know where we're starting from, but here's what happened.
Music, really, we're always, I don't know.
Popular. I want
the tone of the song either, so I'm just reading it in newspeak.
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna close my eyes. I'm not
And
gonna
now,
look at you.
the
Okay.
news with Mr. Paul Folger.
Here we go. Took a while. Was in denial when I first heard that you moved on quicker than I could have ever. You know, that hurt. swear for a while I would stare at my phone just to see your name. But now that it's there, I really don't know what to say.
I wouldn't even guess this. I wouldn't even know myself.
That's when he does it like that, you're like, that song, I can't get it. That's why it's the hardest thing in the world.
I know, and I've listened to your song a million times, and I don't know what that part is.
Yeah, I wouldn't even guess that either. I would have been like, I don't know.
I feel better now.
Then we made him go into the chorus and all that stuff, but it just got better. But yeah, you're right. I mean, when you're picking lyrics and you're writing them in your head, are you doing it in the melody of the song, or are you just thinking what you feel and writing it down?
So the interesting thing is I'll usually think of like one, after I do like my improvising of melodies, we'll find ones that we like. But then if I have like a phrase in my head of like what I want to say, like wish I loved you in the 90s, I'll like literally just sing it and that'll be the melody. Like we'll just stick to that and it'll just like come out in some sort of way as long as I have like the lyrics.
You know, Staci, you were talking about her videos. They're so simple. I mean, except for the one that you did with Sony and the artificial intelligence, which was just insane and crazy. But you make your videos very simple, and it really makes people focus on the music.
Yeah, and that's what I hope for. I mean, as I either want it to be like a full dance thing where I'm literally just like whipping out moves, or I want it to be totally focused on the lyrics and people just like really hearing the story of it. That's what I want.
Does your mom critique your dancing, or does she help you choreograph stuff?
No. So sometimes I choose to stay out of it. It gets a little too close to home when she starts getting involved. But no, I have this one choreographer who I like collaborate with, and we co-choreograph everything together that I've been working with since I was 9, and she's super close to my mom too. So, yeah.
So you have been in Canada. See, I'm in Minnesota. You've been in Canada your whole life, and so there are some things here in Minnesota that people say that we're kind of like, what does that mean? Because there's a big crossover from Minnesotans to Canadians. So I have some slang, and I might need you to help me with this one. All right.
Oh, no.
So if someone says Timmy's, what does that mean? I'm gonna go to Timmy's real quick and grab me a box of Timbits.
Do you not know anything? Do you know what Timmy's is?
No.
No idea. Okay,
No.
So Timmy's is like our coffee shop that's like huge in Canada.
Okay.
And it has like the best cheap food and cheap coffee. It's like hit or miss. Sometimes it's disgusting, but sometimes it's like the best thing ever. But we call it's like Tim Hortons, but we call it.
Okay, yeah.
We had them here shortly, and then they disappeared.
Yeah, so we call it Timmy's.
Well, and I'm reading this, and someone goes, I can't start my day without a morning double in a jelly-filled Dutchie.
A double, I think, is 2 creams, 2 sugars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can get behind that.
It's a double.
And then when someone says, I'm on my way to the beer store to pick up a 2-4.
Oh, shit, a 2-4?
Yeah. You know that one?
I think
2 for
that's
1?
Apparently it's 24 beers. They don't say 24. They just say 2-4.
Yeah, I actually think that's what it is.
You shouldn't know that anyway.
I'm like,
Right.
nothing.
She's heard
Now-
commercials on the radio. She doesn't drink it.
And finally, when you talk about Pepsi or Coca-Cola, what do you order? You order a what?
When I talk about Pepsi or Coca-Cola,
Yeah, if you're ordering a
a Coke.
what
that's
is
right.
A pop.
Up.
Okay, there we go. All
That's-
right,
Yep.
finally.
Now you can go to Canada and not stick out like a sore thumb.
I can't.
right?
I'm going to be like, hey, I need my double with a Dutchie and a Timmy Timbuck or whatever it is.
got
and throw in a pop.
You
Do you have
look
any
at me talk so crazy?
Do you have any plans to come to the States touring? I know you're doing UK stuff, but anything in the works?
I mean, hopefully festivals next fall. I mean, fingers crossed. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I really hope, because right now we have some festivals lined up, and I can't wait. But hopefully tour like in 2022 for sure. Yeah.
Do you know when a song's going to be a hit? Do you know, like when you wrote "You Broke Me First"? Do you know that was going to be the one that stations picked up and played?
No, I mean, the thing about it is, I knew that song was special because I knew the only reason I like really wanted to release it. Like I was counting down the days and I was so excited and I was barely nervous. And that's like a weird feeling to have when you're so certain about a song. I just knew that my OG fans were going to love it. So no matter if it was going to be, you know, how big it was going to get, I knew that my real fans would really, really like it. But no, you can never really predict what's going to happen. I think, especially since it's out of your control, you got to just like step back and see what clicks or not. And then also TikTok is like a huge factor in that too, and controlling the music industry. So it's weird.
And didn't you say that it was pretty special when somebody came and said, "I saw you in the newspaper"?
Yeah, no, my neighbor literally came. He's this cute little guy. He came across the street, and it was like the first person I'd seen in months. He like handed me a newspaper, and it was really cute.
Look at you! You made it in the newspaper, little lady.
Felt
And
so
you're like,
special.
"Yeah, isn't that sweet?"
And then she's like, "Go get me my double at Timmy's." So is it weird to be? I couldn't even imagine. Like you said, it was a gradual shift from dancing and being on So You Think You Can Dance to where you're at now. But it's got to be weird to have pop musician or pop star or just musician really in the title of what you do.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, for the longest time, like, you know, I think a lot of people now, because of performances and stuff, are seeing that I'm a dancer. But for the longest time, people would be like, "You dance?" And that was such a weird thing for me, because dance had always been my number one. And no one really knew I sang. So now, like, it did like a total 180, and there were people that had no idea that I was even a dancer. So that was super interesting. And I'm still like, and I would never call myself a singer. I still think it's weird to say singer. I'll always be like, "Oh yeah, I write." Like I'll say something like that, but it still doesn't process.
Yeah, because you weren't really planning on that, were you? I mean, it was just that one time when you're like, "Oh, darn, I don't have anything to put up, and I promised to put up a video today. I'll just quick sing something."
No, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me. That's so cool.
What?
Yeah.
Who
I
do
don't
you,
get any ideas.
no,
Pardon?
listen, her and I have something in common. I used to be a dancer too. I was in show choir in high school.
That's right.
Yeah. I did jazz hands. I tried to attempt a barrel roll at one point. I can do what's a fluite? A fluite? What's the
A fluite?
Please stop doing that.
The kick in the air.
I'm like, I got
All
no
right.
idea what you're doing.
Oh, it's this thing. It's like where you kick and then you go in a circle. No? Okay. Never mind. It's an American thing, I think.
He joined show choir just so he could have an experience where he was close to a girl.
That's
And,
what it was. I mean, if you saw my photos in high school, I had no interaction with women hardly until I went to show choir. And then I was able to lift them up on my shoulder and dance with them. They sat on my lap while I sang to them. I mean, it was a great experience. So I can relate with your dancing experience totally, Tate.
Totally.
So next big hit for you. What's in the works? You got a lot of stuff out, but what do you have coming up that you are excited about?
I just recorded some really cool collaborations coming up.
Can you give us a hint of who you're collaborating with?
I have one coming out in April. I can't
Are you
say
allowed?
anything. It's
Are
more
you
of
allowed
like,
to
I'll
say?
say it's more of like an upbeat, fun song, which is like not like me. So I'm excited for that. And then I have a couple more coming this summer. So
Now we know Billie Eilish wrote some stuff for you. Have you collaborated with her yet?
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that'd be amazing though.
Yeah.
And I know you're a big fan of Dua Lipa.
Yeah, no collabs with her either. No.
We're just gonna go through names real quick here.
I guess you can't say anyway, right? You can't say.
No, I can't say it, but soon for sure.
So April, you got your first one coming out.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I'll start writing my album this summer. Keep releasing and hopefully finish it by like the end of this year or early next
Who reached out to you in industry once they heard your song? Anyone call you and be like, "Hey, this is good. This is really good."
It was weird because I mean I would like the first person I saw was like Kylie Jenner. She like used it on her story, and that was really cool. Not Kylie Jenner. Yeah.
Kendall or Kylie?
No, Kylie.
No, Kylie.
And then it was like Hailey Bieber posted it, and then like BB Rexa reached out, and then like Khalid and like The Weeknd. It was really cool.
It's kind of cool to see you talk about it because you're still kind of in shock with where you're at in your career.
No, that's the thing. Like, nothing processes. Like, when it's online, you don't even realize things are happening. Like, you know, I saw the other day, like, all my fans threw like a huge party for like my EP release, and I like my family was like, high five. And I'm like, we really need to celebrate. Like, we need to take these moments. Like, it's huge things happening and we don't even realize.
I didn't even realize it till Staci said it, is that you haven't had that experience of meeting with your fans face to face and hugging them and talking to them. And you kind of been, we all been secluded. And it's so you haven't had that musician or that star power that a lot of these artists have when they're release their first album or first single. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird time in life. It just is very weird, especially with like the experiences I'm going through. Does not feel real, any of it. So I'm very excited to at least even meet some like other artists face to face. I mean, I have no friends.
Neither do friends.
Hey, listen, you got that kid across the street. I mean, listen, he clearly wants to be your friend. So
There you go. You can read the paper together. It'll be fun. Family circle.
Well, we cannot wait to see what happens with you, because we both have said this when we play the song. We just love your voice, and we're excited to see what comes out in April. And we will send you a bigger TV. Clearly, you do need one of those. So thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks, guys. So nice meeting you.
Bye.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck to you and everything you do.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.